Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Better Call Saul Season 2, Episode 1. So, last time we had the death of Marco, which was very unfortunate. He seemed like a bad influence, and I wasn't sure how I felt about him at first, but I think I took that bad influence vibes and as his last hurrah rather than I don't think he was really trying to drag Jimmy back into the life, right? I think he was just trying to have one last hurrah because he might have known that his time was coming, kind of thing. And his last few years working as for this company that he didn't like just wasn't for him, and he wanted to have a little bit of fun. I get it. So, at first I was a little iffy, but then by the end I really felt for him and I got really emotional at his passing. And for Jimmy and Marco himself, he died pretty young. I mean, sure, I'm sure he was in his 40s, maybe, yeah, probably 40s, I'd say. But that's still extremely young. So, um, but we also had Jimmy kind of thinking about Marco, thinking about the scams they ran, thinking about how these lawyers and the life he's been living have treated him in comparison to his friend, seemingly, at least. And he gave up this opportunity to work at David and Maine, I think it was, in order to take a path after talking to Mike that seemed a bit more on the Saul Goodman side. So we'll see, does he adopt that name this season? Or is this where he starts to break bad? Maybe this whole season will be him, starting to break bad, and then the season finale will be, the creation of Saul Goodman. Might be kind of interesting. So, without further ado, guys, I'm excited to get started on Season 2 and see what happens this time. We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Hopefully my internet is fine. It's been cutting in and out a little bit. We finally got our new setup going properly, I think, and they said it takes about 24 hours to optimize. We have another black and white beginning. Jimmy with his mustache again. So is this more on what this is from the beginning of Season 1? I guess? Or is it the same kind of stuff? Just reminding us. Good old Cinnabon. Fun with buns, man. I could have some fun with buns. See a little bald on the top of his hair? When he was looking down? He's looking a little thin up there. I know that feel. Is that the first time we've had audio in this black and white scene? But yeah, I think the video will be fine because Netflix typically buffers a little ahead. And it's usually only micro disconnects when I have it, but I wouldn't want to do that job, but I think with any job you can sometimes, or I guess some jobs you can get into kind of a rhythm, and it makes it not too bad, But I'm sure it's still not ideally what he wants to do, especially since last time we saw him go home. Uh-oh. Don't shut on him. We saw him watching the videos in the last time. Aw, god damn it. That sucks, man. Does he have to walk all the way around? He's not stuck in there, right? There's no way he's stuck in there. Man, I would fortify that door so much better if that was me. Oh. So what is he supposed to do? How do you get back in? I would have put that milk crate where the door would have shut. Punched out a person, laid them in the doorway. Come on, someone. The guy working at the Skechers place in the mall. Come on, man. Someone show up. He's gonna sit on that milk crate. Time to reflect. Ooh. Pop out the hinges, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know how doors work very well. Probably wouldn't be easy with just a nail. I understand. Literally, it's actually kind of funny because what he's doing, I have a stylus that I take notes on my phone, and I use a stylus to write because it's easier than trying to type for me. That seems more stable for sure. Jimmy just shuts the door on him. Oh, did he carve something in the floor? Did he? What are we looking at? But what he was doing, like sitting there with the nail, I was at the same time I was just doing this with the stylus, just off camera. You couldn't see it; it was down here. I was just sitting here doing this, and I think he kind of did the same thing with the nail a little bit. I thought that was funny. So what did he write? JG was here. Oh, SG. Never mind. My bad. I thought it looked like a line going down as like a capital J. So he's definitely, I mean, last time we saw him rerunning the ads, he's definitely missing the Saul Goodman persona, isn't he? Alright, and now we're back. Ooh, we're even getting some recap. I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. I thought we were back in the parking lot when he was moving the ring around. And then he went and talked to Mike. Oh. Oh, so he did come here. Hey, this guy. I've seen him around. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. He was the girl too. Hmm. All right. Okay. So maybe what we saw was the parking lot, and so we skipped that last season. All right. Okay. So then he came out here and did this. I got hired to do a job, and I did it. Plain as that. I almost got it right. Ooh. Was Kim what stopped him? Interesting. I didn't see where he was. Oh, okay. Back here. Threw it all away. For customers. Oh shit! That's a big fuck you in your coconut water. Here, rip it off. Open the door and rip it off. Ha! Yeah, baby. Another job, huh? Is it same guy? Same place? Time for another drop off of Pilly Willies. That's a different vehicle. Maybe a different job. Look at that. Fucking, is it gonna be the asshole? It's gonna be fucking Trevor from Grand Theft Auto. Maybe? Maybe not? Oh my god. Okay. I'm not getting in that thing. Man, when I was young, I used to think those spinning rims were so cool. This is like my pre-high school days. Hmm. Uh-oh. Calling him trash? You bitch! This guy is gonna get himself killed. Or robbed. Good job, Mike. Playa. Oh my god. The license plate. Are we gonna get to see his meet? Oh my god, his shoes match. Yes, I want to see his meeting. Does Mike follow? Does Mike come in and help him last minute to show his worth? Or does this just go wrong and we just get to see it? Is that a hummingbird in the camera for like 2 seconds? Not even. Oh shit. Wow. Two miles to the gallon. Checking for a weapon, maybe? Uh, his name, his address. Alright, well, Nacho likes to rob people that have money that are criminals that can't go to complain about it, right? So Nacho might not hurt the guy per se, but he might rob the guy of the money that he just tried to get. That's a crazy pool, man. Reminds me of the lazy river that I went on somewhere. I don't remember where that was. Nice waterproofing. The old days of waterproofing. Oh, so he gave up the lawyer shtick completely. Is this Kim? Cumpson. Changing his name for this. Maybe starts giving him ideas about Saul. Oh man, you don't get in the pool? Super clear now. Apparently. Alright. Is he using the name of someone else that's using the room? Is that what he's doing? Is that why he didn't mind spending that? I thought he was going to spend some of his 20,000 that he had. How to spite Chuck, stay a lawyer, and be a scamming lawyer, be a slippin' Jimmy lawyer. that is the best way to spite Chuck. I didn't think about that. Is this the same guy they scammed before? No, it's not. Is he about to scam this guy? Is that what's gonna happen? You gonna show her a scam? Man, I need to watch Pulp Fiction. I'm really curious about what these people in his life think about Saul Goodman, because they obviously know he gets his name everywhere, right? Hmm. They still have that guy talking in the background. That's funny. He's got to do something with this guy, right? Good convo, bro. Show her a scam. Follow my lead. I don't know if she's gonna be good at this. Hmm. Where is this going? All things that crashed. Hmm. She is so uncomfortable with this. Giselle St. Clair. Oh, she's getting into it. Uncle Humphrey. Oh. They're gonna get those $50 shots. Oh, good shit, Kim. Giselle. Hey. Just is this just to get the drinks for free? Is that all it is? How much was the whole bottle? Do we get to see the amount? Oh, how much was it? It's gotta be pretty exhilarating. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yes, after something like that, of course you get a kiss. You get a bedroom too? Ooh. Not just a kiss, methinks. I'm gonna use a finger. Oh man, that was good. Hmm. Yeah. See, that's a reasonable way of thinking. Jimmy has another way of thinking. Alright. Uh-oh. The popo. Where's the popo at? Is it gonna be the guy? The guy. Oh, yep, the Hummer. Uh oh. Did he get robbed and call the cops? Oh no, this guy. Shouldn't have mentioned the cash. This guy. So I'm guessing he really had a baseball card collection that was taken. But then he kind of mentioned the money, too. Hmm. These police officers seem suspicious. Hmm. His baseball poster in the background. I think this must be like. I feel like the reason we're seeing all this is because this leads to Mike maybe helping the guy clean it up, but I don't know. Hmm. Clear all around the couch. Ah. Behind the couch. Is this where he stashes the drugs? You fool. He just made a drop, though. Is there any under there? I thought that was a cap for one. Luckily, he just made a drop. Shit. Nothing there. Alright. That's definitely leading somewhere, right? Yeah, I mean you can't expect her to give up everything she does to do what you do. He's gonna leave a message about what he just saw. Uh. Join me. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, right? I don't think she had fun for one night doing it. I don't think she's the kind of person to do this all the time. You're gonna end up pushing her away maybe by what he's doing, I think. He's realizing a little bit, maybe. He's got her on speed dial though. Of course he does. Oh. Oh shit. Is he gonna change his mind? Uh Maybe he realized. I mean, he clearly likes Kim, and she said that one thing has nothing to do with the other. But maybe it does a little bit, right? I think this is a good opportunity for Jimmy, but, you know, I don't know that a life of scamming is healthy, but I understand his desire, you know? People seem nice. Is this an office? His office? Company cars. I mean, he still might not take it, just because he took the tour. I think doesn't mean he actually took it. I don't know. Damn, one hell of a firm. Omar. What's a cocobolo? Well, damn. Very accommodating. Dude, he has a fireplace back there. I didn't even see that. That's crazy. Is it functional? I mean, it looks functional. Oh, yeah. Always leave on. Jimmy? Why do you look so tempted? Why? Why must you do things, Jimmy? What did it do? Someone falls from the roof. Splat. Somehow. Buh. What an ending! That's it? Alrighty, guys, that is the end of episode 1 of season 2. Alright. So, this episode was called Switch, right? And that's a good title, because when I read it thinking about how last season ended, my first thought was, okay, this is like the switch of like Jimmy going from whatchamacallit, his normal life of being a lawyer into something maybe a little closer to Saul Goodman kind of thing. I wasn't like convinced we were gonna get Saul himself kind of thing, right? But I was like, okay, maybe we're gonna inch a little bit closer to that. But and we kind of did a little bit for part of the episode, but I think what the episode really was talking about was what you thought was gonna happen for this season. We're gonna switch it up, you know? So, I mean, clearly based off the way that beginning went with that little scene that we missed last season when we saw him talk to Mike and say, saying there's nothing that's stopping me now, or I'm not gonna let what stopped me before stop me now kind of thing. I thought it was in regards to like Chuck and this good behavior he was putting on and stuff like that. That's kind of what I talked about. But after the conversation with Kim, of him saying to Kim, like, you know, does one thing have to do with the other, that whole conversation, I think that is leaning more towards him like testing the waters and being like, hey, if like, does us being a thing have anything to do with me taking this job kind of thing? Like, are you only interested in being with me if I'm in this successful position kind of thing? And I mean, she said like one has nothing to do with the other, so he went and tested the waters, went and, you know, declined the offer, did all that, thinking he could still have the same relationship with Kim that he already had. But I think by the end of the episode, with her not answering his calls and stuff like that, he maybe realized that, you know, she's not going to be interested in this kind of life, so it might ruin things. So he ends up going back to David and Maine, which seems like a temporary solution, right? Like if he's pining over Kim and hoping that becomes a thing, and he's changing his life for her, right? Then what is stopping him from going off the deep end again as soon as she maybe finds someone else or confirms that their relationship isn't going anywhere kind of thing? That's the same kind of thing that when people will like diet for someone that they love and try to like lose weight for them, as soon as that relationship isn't there anymore, there's nothing keeping them from putting all that weight back on or just halting what they've been working for, kind of thing. And that's why a lot of people say that it's very important to do things in your life for you, not for someone else, right? So, but yeah, I think that's pretty interesting, that whole dynamic, because I've been there, man. Like, I've had a girlfriend before, and I've sat there and dieted and exercised and pushed myself to make myself better. Not necessarily because, I don't know, I wanted to better myself for her, not because I wanted her to like me more than she did, right? It wasn't something like that. It was just something where I wanted to strive to be a better person for her, you know? And as good as I can be. So I tried to diet and lose some weight because I'm a big dude, you know? But as soon as that relationship went south, it was hard to keep up that motivation, and here we are years later. And then I dieted for myself after that, and it went pretty good, and then I went off the rails again. So I've actually been meaning to get back on, but either way, but yeah, it was an interesting conversation. But going back even farther back to the very beginning of the episode, we had a bit more of the black and white scene where he's working at Cinnabon and everything, just kind of seeing him pining over the good old days. Last season, we saw him looking at the old advertisements again that he used to have for Saul Goodman. And then here we had him write SG was here. We see him, working this menial job at Cinnabon and getting trapped in the trash room, hopefully for not too long. We don't know how long he was there and stuff like that. So, and he's trying so hard not to draw attention to himself. It's actually kind of a cool parallel that I briefly thought about, and I want to think about more here. In that beginning bit where it's in the future, where he's probably a little bit more in hiding. At least that's the vibe I got at the beginning of season 1, and he sees this door where an alarm will be triggered if he opens it. I feel like this current Jimmy would do it, because what we see here is at the end of the episode, he sees a little sign, just like the one saying like the police will be called. This one saying never turn this off, and he turns it off. Like, I think it's a pretty cool parallel. While Jimmy's kind of like still in his rebel phase, whereas in the future he is more understanding that he can't be doing shit like that anymore, kind of thing. So I like the parallel between those two things throughout the episode. So, but man, I would just hate to be stuck in that trash room. Dumpsters can get nasty smelling too. Like, we have a dumpster that we use. It gets cleaned out every 2 weeks, and even with that 2 weeks, even in cooler weather, it's still, man, it can reek. But we live out in the woods, so what happens is we have a dumpster, so that way we don't have to, because there's no like trash trucks that come. We have to pay, at least, like normally you don't have to pay for garbage delivery, right? When you're living in like a city or something, they're government workers that go and pick up the garbage, kind of thing. At least I'm fairly certain that's how it works. But here where I live, there isn't that paid by the government. So we either have to pay to have a dumpster on our property that we can throw our trash away and it gets picked up every 2 weeks, or we have to take our stuff to the dump, which it ends up being free to dump as long as we're just dumping trash, right? And not like appliances and other things. So that's where it costs money. But yeah, either way, where was I even going with that? Why did I even start talking about that? Oh, I was just talking about trash and stuff like that, but I don't know why I went into so much detail. Typical me, right? Just going on a rant. But we had the whole scenes with the guy, what was his name? Shit, we got his name too, and I didn't even bother to pay attention. But the guy that has the Hummer, selling the drugs. Mike told him he didn't want to take that vehicle and too flashy and stuff like that. and Mike stood his ground. Props to Mike for standing his ground and not giving in to the client and everything. So that was good. I enjoyed that. But then we got a lot more from that. We saw the client go on his own. We saw Nacho get the name and address. Then we saw him get robbed. We spent a lot of time there. So my thought is the reason we spent so much time on that character without Mike being present is because either this guy is going to go to Mike for help after this, or Mike is going to go to him and be like, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I was watching your little meetup and Nacho went in your glove box and got your address. So who do you think it was that stole your stuff, kind of thing. And helps him get out of this mess with the cops and everything. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just... or it could tie in another way. I feel like it has to somehow tie into either Mike's story or Jimmy's story, mainly because of the fact that, like, could this be one of Jimmy's first clients, that him being like a criminal lawyer kind of thing? But now that he's working at David and Maine, I don't know if that'd be the case, because he wouldn't be doing work on his own anymore. But either way, I imagine it's going somewhere because he spent so much time there. So, but I did feel that the scene in the house maybe dragged on a little bit too long. Like, I know this show usually drags, and I'm fine with it, because usually it's dragging on characters that I love seeing stuff, even if they're doing it slowly, you know? So it's fine, but seeing this random guy selling pharmaceutical drugs isn't as interesting as watching Jimmy for me and stuff like that. So it was like a little bit like, okay, like I get it, these cops are suspicious, he's really pushing the baseball card thing and all that, but let's move it along, kind of thing, is a little bit of what I was thinking as that scene went on. But yeah, I like the idea of Saul Goodman is the ultimate spite to Chuck, because Chuck hates the fact that Jimmy's a lawyer, but he also hates the fact that Jimmy does these illegal things, right? So what do we know that Jimmy does in the future? He continues being a lawyer while also working with criminals and helping them, you know, launder their money and get off and all this stuff. So it's definitely going to be interesting if that's a bit of a motivator. Like, will Chuck at all be a motivator to Saul Goodman's creation, or is it just a happy coincidence, you know, killing two birds with one stone kind of thing? But yeah, the scam guy they did, that whole thing was a lot of fun. This, you know, from him being on the phone, he's a douchebag. I don't feel bad for him at all. And they get this $50 per shot, I should say, not even a glass, it's a shot. It's tiny, you know, of tequila, and they, you know, get him to go on board with all this, pays for the whole thing. They drink a whole bottle. Like, I don't know how many shots are in a bottle of tequila. I don't know how big that bill was, you know, but I mean, if I think about what a bottle of liquor looks like and I think about shots, I feel like there's gotta be at least 20 shots, right? At least per bottle. It also depends on the size of the shot glass. Their glasses looked a little bit bigger that I saw on that table, I felt like, than the shot glasses I'm familiar with. So it's possible it was a little less. But if we just assume it was 20 times 50, I mean, that's $1,000, right? It would have been, if I'm not mistaken. Right? My brain and math sometimes don't go fun good together. Sorry, I looked at a text message real fast. I should have done that. 50 times 20. Yeah, 1,000. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, so it's possible that bottle, or what they spent, was 1,000 or more, potentially too. So yeah, that guy was just got pretty damn ripped off, and hopefully he's doing as good as he says, saying he's making millions and fucking. But yeah, it was funny. It was a fun scam. It was fun. I think the most fun part of that scam is because last episode we saw Jimmy do a lot of scams, so that's nothing new. But him pulling Kim into it and Kim being very hesitant at first, but then speaks up for kind of the first time, giving her fake name, and then, she kind of warmed her feet with correcting him on like the exact location of where their uncle was or whatever it was. And then she just kind of like, it's one of those things where you start drinking and you also like, once you like make your first couple moves, that's when like the anxiety of it starts going away and you start really getting into it. So it was a lot of fun kind of seeing her open up to her own of doing that. And like I said, I can't imagine her ever doing that on the regular, like Jimmy kind of wanted him or wanted her to. But it was fun seeing her for that one night, pull that off and have a little fun doing it. So but but yeah, great episode. We have Jimmy, going back into the fold. It's really cool because, I feel like it makes it more realistic having Jimmy flip flop a lot, like being like, oh, like I'm helping these old people, I'm doing the job and everything, but imagine being able to like get away from that and do this, and then he gets a taste of it with Marco, and he gets a taste of it a little bit more with Kim, and kind of just like chilling out and everything. And then he goes back into like the normal world that he's supposed to do, that he doesn't quite like, but he does it because that's, you're an adult, that's what you're supposed to do, right? And then I imagine we obviously know where he ends up with Saul Goodman, so I just like the wishy-washy nature of it, where it's not like a hard line where like, oh, we started the show, Jimmy's this like good guy doing good lawyer things, and then he breaks bad, and this season he's like all bad without any kind of like thought to what came before kind of thing. It should be a difficult decision and stuff like that to make. So I like that he goes back and forth with it. So, but yeah, that's going to be it from me, I think, guys. Very good episode, very good start to the season. Looking forward to seeing what more we get and all that. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon as usual, link in the description below, or it should be popping up on the screen, and you can get access to all kinds of goodies on there, so check it out. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye bye.